I made a little bit of a mistake on LinkedIn. I did one of those annoying sort of comment bait posts where I said, I built a checklist of SEO best practices specifically for building apps with AI, threw in an image and then said, if you want the guide, reply with SEO in the comments. It works. 297 comments, 18,500 views, and hundreds of new connection requests. And the reason this works is because when somebody sends you a connection request, they automatically start following you, which means you can grow quite a big audience on LinkedIn by doing this. But it does feel very dirty. It feels, I don't know, it goes against everything that I have in the very fiber of my soul. But I've done it. It was a test. And now I need to figure out how to actually send this to them. I could paste it in the comments here, but nobody would see it really. I could do a new post and say, hey guys, sorry about this. Yeah, I just wanted you to send the request and then I'm just going to do a post with the link anyway. But links in posts on LinkedIn get heavily discounted as well. They don't get seen. So the people that saw this, the 18,000 whatever people, and the 300 that commented wouldn't probably see it. So typically what I have to do is like go and accept all these requests, go through this entire list of 300 comments and send each of them a DM. Here's the link, copy and paste until my fingers die. And I don't want to do that. What I want to do instead is build a Chrome extension. It's not going to be quite sending them a DM, but I could easily loop through all of these comments, load more comments, loop through them and have an app that just clicks reply and then replies to each of these people one at a time. With honoring the rate limits and things like that. And ideally it could just be one click and it will just go, here's the link to everybody that wants it. So we're going to build a quick Chrome extension using Cursor and see how it goes. So I'm in an empty folder here. There's nothing here yet. And we've got an agent on the go with Gemini 2.5 Max. So I'm going to explain what we need to do and then go from there. Create a very simple Chrome extension that I can use on linkedin.com. The idea is that this tool will allow me to type a message with a link, and then on any given LinkedIn post that I'm on, when I click it, it will go through all of the replies to that post and reply to each of them individually with the message and the link. I did a comment below post to get access to a freebie, a lead gen type thing. And now what I need to do is actually send them the link. And there's like 300 of them, so it will take a long time to do myself. So we need to loop through all of these and send it automated. And that's all I'm going to give it. I'm just going to explain exactly what we want and then let the agent figure it out and we can go from there. Okay, it's made up some random images. I need to sort that out because that won't work. It understood the assignment anyway. I should have just said that, bulk reply. Okay, so now it needs to figure out the selectors, which I'm going to give it the HTML in a second. But actually, I don't really want it to be in a pop-up. I would like it to appear in the post, just as at the top of the comment section, there should be a button that says bulk reply. And then when I click it, maybe a modal or something where I can enter the message that I want to send. So let's go back to LinkedIn. And then here, for example, where it says add a comment, let's inspect the element here. What do we got? What have we got? Comments box form, maybe this one. Copy, I don't know, hold on. edit as HTML. We'll just grab that. Maybe this selector. We'll just add that in there. Okay, delete the pop-up. We don't need that. Delete the HTML. While it's doing that, I'm going to just get some images from another project because these ones aren't going to work. Drag them in there like that. Replace that. Replace. Delete that. Now we have these icons here. It's fine. And then I'll get it to change these here because I need a 512 one in there as well in the manifest. But other than that, okay, accept that. I'm just going to do this myself. I can't bother to spend 5 cents for this. Nope. Okay, so we'll go back over here. We'll go, get rid of that. Where am I going? Think extensions, manage extensions, load unpacked. We'll go to dev, extensions, LinkedIn comments. Okay, extension loaded. Refresh. Bulk reply is there. Okay, we've got a modal. Okay, so we'll take a screenshot of that. Okay, the button works and the modal appears. Now we need to somehow test this out. We do need to be careful here that we don't start spamming people. So first of all, in the test version, we should never ever actually send the message. Let's just loop through the comments, but skip, break out of the loop or just do one, test it with one, where we fill in the reply form, but we don't actually send it. And then I need to go back and then let's go cancel this here. So here's the first one here. Let's just go inspect what we got here. So we've got the comments. That's all comments. Here's one comment in this article. So let's copy the entire element. Here is one comment. Okay. Okay. Very nervous about this. Very nervous about getting my LinkedIn. To be fair, I don't really care if my LinkedIn account gets deleted, but I just don't want to spam people. Okay, so that's added in a bunch of stuff here. So it's doing the test, doing the testing. So let's go back over to LinkedIn, close that, we'll go back to extensions and we will reload it. Reload the page. Oh, pray for me here, guys. Okay, bulk reply, test, 1, 2, 3. Oh, click. No comments found. Interesting. Okay. Head back. Just send that for now, see if it can figure out what's going on. Okay, go back here, reload it again. Oh, processing comment. Okay, let's go to inspect, console. Okay, so we've got a bunch of errors. That's fine. Don't need them. Okay. So actually, I can already see it did put it in there. And then obviously the reply button is there. Okay. So we'll paste that in and we'll show it. Screenshot. Looked like it worked for the first comment. What else we need to do? Before we start adding actual posting functionality, let's first change the button text to include the total number of comments. Now we may need to click load more comments to get all of them because there's a lot of comments and LinkedIn only shows them in batches of, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, whatever. So we need to make sure that all comments are shown before we start looping through so we can get the total count. And then we'll fizz back over, and then here's this button here, inspect. Copy that. Okay. One thing we do need to do as well, actually, as I'm thinking about it, is make sure that we don't send a comment to someone who's already received it. Because if something breaks and we have to start again, it needs to, in developer speak, it needs to be idempotent, in which it would just pick up from where it left off and it wouldn't like send people the same message thousands of times if we run it thousands of times. Okay, so it's done a bunch of stuff here. Okay, so now it's putting some logs in, it's finding the reply buttons, it's finding how many comments, it's test mode would have clicked. Yeah, that's fine. Checking for the low comment button. We'll go back, reload it again. What's this error saying? Status callback, that's fine. I don't care about that in a minute. What's that? Reload. Okay, bulk reply, 11 comments. So it's showing as 11, which is okay. Okay, it's showing us 11 comments, but there actually are 298, I think, 300 comments-ish. So what's the best way to do this? What do you think we should do? Should we first scroll and click that button until we have all of the comments, or should we just process the first 11, then click the button, then process the next 11 and continue? What's going to work best? Sometimes it's best just to ask the agent to make these decisions for you, because I don't really care as long as it works. I didn't actually send it if I don't understand. It says, let me know how this works twice. We broke it, guys. Broke cursor. Because I just wanted to go and click this and just go like that. And then go down and then click it again and just keep going. Okay. Okay, so it's saying, what's it saying? Here's the breakdown of what's happening. Initial button count is 11 because that's what's loaded. current logic. The good news is that with the code we wrote already implements the load all first. Where it doesn't, because the button only says 11. Why load all first is better here for 300 comments. Loading them all first is generally simpler. Could you please run the process again and watch the modal status carefully after the loading more comments messages stop? Okay. I don't think we changed anything, but I'll do that anyway. Bulk reply test 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's cooking. It's literally doing it. It's clicking load more. That's very, very nice. This is actually pretty good. We should maybe put some like timings into this to make it a little bit slower. So it's literally going to load all the comments first. In which case we don't need the number on the button because it's confusing. We just need to know that it's going to do it. It's going to take a long damn time. I'm going to wait for this to finish, but I'm going to skip it because it's literally pointless for you to just sit there watching LinkedIn scroll. Okay, while it's going, I might as well ask it to improve this a bit. While we are scrolling through all of the comments, in the modal, we should also have a count of how many comments have been found. That would be great. We could also pick up the number of comments that are shown on the post total from the element below, and then we can show X of Y. So how many comments we found out of the total. So the idea is that in this modal, what we should have is up here, number of comments and the number that we are found. So we'll go here and we'll click that here. Inspect element. We want that. Copy element. Paste that. Also, let's go to console log. Okay, so it went through all of them. Okay, let's see if it can figure this out for us. Some comments may not be displayed in the most relevant view. To see these comments, select most recent. So potentially what we should get the extension to do is select here most recent rather than most relevant. Okay, so what did it do? Expected total, past expected total, update the status, monitor the modal status. During loading it should update with found X of Y. After loading it should show the final found count. Then it proceeds to the test. Okay. This might help us to see whether or not it's actually getting all the way through the comments or not. So we'll refresh that, reload that. Book reply, test 1, 2, 3. 11 of 297. Okay, so it found 289 of the comments. Finished test, 0 replies simulated, 1 errors. I don't think is true because it put it in here. Okay. So it's getting there. I mean, it went through pretty much all of them. Let's go and have a look at the console. And I think maybe we need to start testing an actual send here. Okay. So it stopped after it found 289 of around 297. But the load more button was no longer found. So that's the best we can do. There might be a few people that like slip through the cracks, but if I can't see them anyway to reply, how am I supposed to do it manually even? Okay, I think this is working, but what I would like to do is check before we actually reply to a user whether or not they've already been sent that message as a reply to them, if that makes sense. So the message that we're trying to send, if they've already had that as a reply to their comment, we shouldn't send it again so that we don't spam them over and over again. What I'm actually going to do to help us out on this next stage here is go just like this. Is that, hey, here's the link. It was, where was it? This one here. Okay. We'll send that. And then we'll copy this. We need the whole thing, this entire article here. If Ian Nuttall has replied to the comment, we don't send it, we skip and proceed. Let's add this as a test as well so that we can make sure that this first one that I have replied to gets skipped. Okay, we'll close that. What I might as well do here is just copy that and then go bulk reply. Put that in there. Okay. If I refresh it, will that remember it? No, not yet. Well, in a minute. Okay, we're 26 minutes in and I think we're pretty much ready to test this out here. Okay, reload the extension, go to the post where you know you've already replied to the first comment, open the modal, paste that exact same message in, click start replying. And we should see the log reflect that. Okay, let's refresh that. Go here. Bulk reply. Hey, start reply. Okay. So it says one error still, which I don't think is true because I think it worked. I'm going to copy that and cancel. It did not skip it. It's trying to apply to this guy again, which is not great. So we're going to show a screenshot of this. Okay. Console. Check the details here in the screenshot and the error and the console logs above. This tried to send the comment to somebody who has already received it. Instead of looking for the exact message, maybe for now we could just say that if it comes from, if there's a reply from Ian Nuttall, my name, then we don't send it. Also, can we add an option here while testing to just skip the pagination part? It's taking quite a long time to loop through all the pages. And when I'm testing this skipping of the first message thing, it would be better if we could just do without any kind of clicking the loading button just for the test. Maybe we can add in a little toggle next to the button which says testing so it doesn't do that. And then if testing is disabled, it will continue to click through to load more posts, comments. Okay, so I'm thinking that next to this button here, we should have a toggle. So I don't want to have to skip. I don't want to have to skip through every bloody comment just to test it when we could easily just do it with what's already loaded here. Okay, let's get rid of this. Refresh that. I was hoping to do this in less than 30 minutes, but here we are. We're not going to make it. Okay, the model returned an error, tried disabling MCP servers. Usually this is when it's run out of context. Okay, let's switch to Claude Sonnet. Okay, we'll switch over to Sonnet for a while because Gemini seems to be struggling. Okay. Reload, bring this up here. Okay, now I've got test mode, skip loading, we'll do that. It's got the message, start replying. So it's not working, which is fine. That's why we're debugging it here. Copy this article again, copy element. The tool is still trying to send the comment to somebody who's already received it. As you can see in the screenshot and the HTML above, this shouldn't be happening. We should be able to check whether or not they've already received the message and skip them completely and instead go to the next comment. Okay, so Sonnet thinks there's an issue with the selectors in the replies. So let's see if it can figure it out better than Gemini did. We're 34 minutes in. I'm hoping to get this done within 45 minutes. If not, I might as well have just done it manually. Okay, let's try again. Reload. Okay. Test mode. Oh yeah, no, still want test mode. Bulk reply. Start replying. Nope. Doesn't want to do it. Okay, so it says Okay, so it's found the reply, but it's still putting the text in the box. It says skipping comment 1, but it's not skipping comment 1. Okay, so let's go up here. Okay, in the logs, it shows that it is skipping the first comment, which is correct because it does have a reply from me. However, when we are actually adding the reply to the comment field, it's still adding it to the first comment. It shouldn't do that. It should move to the next comment and add it there. There seems to be a logic mismatch where once we find an existing message, we should ignore the current comment that we're on and move to the next one immediately. Check that one, and if that one's okay, then we can hit the reply button to actually show the field, and then we can enter the message. Maybe I need to show it what the reply button looks like here. Let's go refresh. Let's click this here, inspect. Okay. Okay, so Claude thinks it's spotted an issue, but Claude always thinks it's spotted an issue. So I will believe it when I see it, friend. Okay, Claude has added a bunch of stuff here to find the correct logging and things. This code is nasty, by the way. Just to say that this code is not great. It's not clean. But we're just trying to do a quick and dirty one to see if we can get something that works. Okay, here we go. So in theory, let's go to most recent. In theory here now, it should reply to this second comment. Oh, thank goodness, it's done it. There you go. It's there. Skipped over Kai, moved on to Mladen. Hope I didn't butcher your name, friend. Okay. We can now accept the changes because that does work. Okay. So that's working. It skips over people that have already received it. Maybe I should just YOLO this and send it. Okay. Okay, that worked. It skipped the first reply that already had a message from me on it. So now we need to actually run this and make sure that the comment is posted. Let's still keep it on test mode where it doesn't load more comments and it only does one, but let's actually send the reply this time just to check that it's working. So what we want to do realistically is, if I delete this, is it should just send a reply here automatically. If I know that it works on one, then we can turn off test mode, do the whole loading process and send them all. Okay, so now we need to just confirm that posting functionality works, and then we should be good to go. I did the wrong thing there. Okay. So, in theory, we should reply here. Let's go. Pray for it. Okay, so I don't like the fact that that is like that. It didn't send it. It didn't actually send the message though. It looked like it was going to. It filled out the field, but then it didn't actually click the button to send it. I'm confident that in the next go, it's going to work. Okay, let's go back over here. Is it done? Yep. Refresh again. Come on, let's cook, please. So now it should be Ray Gritter. Come on, let's give it to Ray. Waiting for confirmation. One reply submitted, one skip, 0 errors. Ray got it. Okay. Okay, that worked. What do I need to do now to be able to just send this to everybody? Is it as simple as just disabling test mode and it'll do it? Or is there something else we need to do? I'm just going to run it after this. I'm just going to YOLO it. LinkedIn account, be damned. But I can tell you it would have taken me a lot longer than 49 minutes to send this manually to 300 people. And now I could, if I wanted to, which the thought of it makes me feel dirty, but if I wanted to run these again in the future, I could use this Chrome extension to help me do it. Okay. So let's load the extension up. Refresh the page. Remove test mode. It's added a comment limit now, which is great. Actually, I'm going to leave that at 100 for now. In fact, let's just do 5. Let's just do 5. Let's do that. So we skip the loading first and then do 5. Okay. So in theory, these should start getting sent. Send. Waiting for confirmation. Oh, it's added in a serious amount of weight, which is fine. I guess I could just leave this in the background. What I would like is for that to count down. I like this, but what I would actually like is to see the number of seconds count down in real time so that I know when it's going to actually send it rather than having to just guess. Okay, so it is doing it. It's working. It's really working. We just need to get this confirmation working. The timer. But that's it. It's basically working now. I could adjust these times if I wanted to be a bit quicker. I could maybe add some options in the modal here to increase the speed, or do a random speed between 2 times to sort of simulate me actually replying manually to people. But this actually is working pretty well. Should just do one more. Okay, that's done 5 of 11, so that probably should stop now because we selected 5 as our limit. I can't cancel it. I can close it though. And there you have it, a Chrome extension in less than an hour that can go through and reply to all of my comments on LinkedIn with the link to share, to make sure that everybody gets it without me having to accept 219 invitations and send over 300 manually. And that's it. Cheers.